Hey.
Hey.
Hi there.
Hello.
Do you come here often?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Woo.
Lucky for me.
How did you find
Are
me?
you going my way? Yeah. Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Maria.
And this is JuicyMagiK on the daily. We've been getting so excited about, enthusiastic and motivated. It's so nice to offer this every day and to connect with you out there in the world. If you're looking for a place to come and hang out and enjoy some transcendental sound, some sacred yoga sounds, and a little bit of scripture and lots of stories of life on the road and how to feel at home wherever you go in the universe. Reminds me of this transcendental spaceman named Narada Muni. He travels around the universe with his Veena. It's this amazing instrument, and giving love of God to all he meets. If you get a chance to read about Narada Muni, he's got some amazing stories, actually, just heart-opening, mind-blowing, soul-stirring stuff. So that's the magic of, we used to chant, to go from the unreal to the real. Not that the material life that's unfolding, it's not unreal, it's real, but it's temporary. This body is temporary. This mind is temporary. But I, the living entity, Maria, the person inside this body, covered by the mind, intelligence, false ego, it's not temporary. So if you're looking for something steady, like a flame that doesn't get blown by the wind, I encourage you to try some Gauranga breathing with us and we'll do some japa meditation, some kirtan. These are ways that we can.
Mike is wearing his beads.
I always bring my beads everywhere. People have watches, and I don't really like watches, but I like carrying my beads with me everywhere I go. They're wonderful to use.
Mark, tell us about Bodh Gaya.
Oh, Bodh Gaya, yeah. So, well, you tell. Where? So recently we were in India. We've been on a pilgrimage for last year, visiting a lot of really special sacred places and visiting places where a lot of our heroes have been and gone before us, and all the way from North America to Ireland and through Europe, through the Balkans and into Southeast Asia and Asia and South Asia, India.
And we're still in the pilgrimage. There are a lot of more places to visit in the next years. Yeah.
I saw this beautiful picture of one of a teacher in our sampradaya, in our succession of teachers, and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, one great, amazing, incredible teacher. It was such a beautiful, on the wall. Remember we saw it in Navadvip. It was in this really old temple that, there's more stories about this particular temple because I had quite the mystical experience there.
Which one?
The one where the guy said, do you remember me?
Oh, that one, yeah.
But anyway, his teacher's teacher, Bhakti Siddhanta, on the wall it said, I have come to build temples in everyone's heart.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
I think I can't stop thinking about that. That is truly beautiful. And we go around, we look at some of these great, pyramids and walls, and most of them were built on slave labor. There's so much suffering and cruelty in them. And I think the real divine teachers, they want to build temples in the heart of every living entity for us, so that you can always worship. God is in your heart. He's in the heart of every living entity in the universe. He's distinct also in his abode. That's his inconceivable potency of Achinta, Beta, Abeta, Tattva, simultaneous oneness and distinction. And let's just do some Gauranga breathing, and then we'll talk about Bodh Gaya, and we'll finish it up. Let's do 5 Gaurangas. Did we do Gauranga yet?
But we just did it.
Did we? Oh my God, Time flies.
Did we?
Started. Yeah, let's do 3 more. Come on, let's do 3 more. Breathing in.
You really want to get me going.
Yeah. Okay, let's just do 3 more Gaurangas so we can enjoy together. Please join us. Usually you do it on your own, or so you don't have to worry about your timing of your breath. But you'll find that if you do like 20, 30, 40, your breath will really expand. your diaphragm will expand and your shoulders will drop and you'll really get relaxed. Lower your blood pressure, all that stuff. It's not medical advice, but it's quite amazing. So let's do 3 more. So Bodh Gaya. Bodh Gaya is a place where it's said that Gautam Buddha, Siddhartha of the Shakyamuni tribe. Buddha is a title. There's many, many, many Buddhas. Just like Christ, Christos, Mashiach is a title. He was worthy of being anointed by God. And Buddha means awakened one. So this particular Buddha is very famous. He appeared 2,500 years ago in what is now Nepal to a clan known as the Shakyamuni tribe. He was a prince born into a royal family. And there are 4 main sites of pilgrimage for him in northern India. There's where he was born, Lumbini, it's in Nepal now. There's Bodh Gaya, where apparently he took enlightenment under the tree, a Bodhi tree. And there's Sarnath, where he left his body, and also Kushnagar, where he gave his first sermon, Deer Park. That's just north of Varanasi. And it's all in the sort of north central part of India. But anyway, this tree is still there in a place called Bodh Gaya. It's south of an industrial city. Do you remember? Oh my God, we had this train ride. There was the Mahakumbh Mela was on, so there's literally millions and hundreds of millions of people going to this place called Prayag, where there's a confluence of the Jamuna and the Ganges, and also the mystical river, the Saraswati, and because of that, there were literally like every single train station. I mean, India has 1.5 billion people. It's busy already. But this like everyone and their sister and brother and cousin from as far away as Bangladesh, where we met some people that were pilgrims from all the way from Bangladesh. They were taking like 3 days of train ride, standing, just to get to Prayag. That's the amazing thing about India. It really blows your mind. There's a lot of paradoxes there. But we were on this train, and anyway, we had to jump off before the train stopped because there were mobs of people at the train station. And we ended up taking a taxi from our Airbnb host from Gaya, which is an industrial city, over 1 million people, down to Bodh Gaya, which is about 40 minutes south. It was quite cold. It was at 2 a.m. We were driving in these little 3-wheeler tuk-tuk with our... Chilly. Yeah, we were just cruising down, you know, and you could see the agriculture coming. So we went to Bodh Gaya and went to pay respects and to circumambulate the tree, the Bodh Gaya, the Bodh Gaya tree,
and the temple,
the Bodhi tree, and the temple. Huge temple there dedicated to Lord Buddha. And you can find out a lot more about Buddha in the Vedas of who he was and why he came specifically. But it was just amazing, you know. There was people from all over the world there. And there's the one thing that was really funny was really close to the tree on one side of the temple. There was this like. Kind of reminded me of the taping section from a Grateful Dead concert where you had all the tapers, you know, there were all these silent meditators sitting there. It was really ironic because they're all like sitting there on these cushions and there's huge signs everywhere saying, please be quiet. And it's like so noisy. It's like people are coming and going, people are shifting. You can see people really trying.
Yeah, people circumambulating the tree and pushing people around.
Pushing people over to get to
it's
the
like
tree.
It's like you're in this holy place.
And people are like pushing and shoving and, you know.
And it's about, Buddha is about mindfulness and being kind. And they're pushing everybody around and stepping on your feet and you're like, what?
God. Well, there are lots of, there's all kinds that are there, let's just say. But it's more like a Disneyland ride to some degree. But we still, absolutely magnificent, no disrespect meant. It's a beautiful, sacred place to visit. But I found it really funny that you could see that the people that were sitting there trying to do their silent meditation were struggling. they were struggling so hard. So you could see some of them were absolutely, completely annoyed with all the noise around them. And they kept pointing up to the sign and trying to get people's attention to be quiet. And, and I just thought to myself, yeah, I remember my silent meditation days, for about, 4 or 5 years, I lived in and around silent meditation retreat centers. And it's really hard to sit quietly, let alone get your mind to get quiet. And then add that to the chaos of the world. And I just remember thinking at that point, I was so glad I had my beads, because I was just chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. I plugged my ear, I plugged one ear, and I'm in bliss. I'm meditating.
I couldn't deal with it though. I got so agitated. I even pushed back at one of the ladies.
Yeah, someone was trying to run you over. Yeah,
she literally pushed me, and I almost fell. And I had enough. I turned around and I said, "Stop pushing!"
Ooh, she's hot.
And
she's on fire.
And I come to this holy sacred place after chastising this woman that she was pushing me. And I got in this so angry mood, and I was.
Oh, that's right. You were pissed.
I was
you were so mad. I was like, look, I said, just try to let go, yeah.
And then I'm standing under this Bodhi tree, and all these people are there, and Mark was chanting, and we're sitting down at some spot.
Yeah, we had our back, and we were facing the tree. It was beautiful.
Yeah, and I just sat down, and I closed my eyes, and I said, "I'm so sorry, Siddhartha, I'm so sorry. I'm in this place of all places where I'm supposed to be mindful. I lost all mindfulness and threw it out the window. I thought I was so calm the whole journey, but here I totally lost it." And I closed my eyes. I was just so sorry, and I begged for forgiveness. And then I heard him laughing.
She started laughing this time. I mean, what's going on? She's like a total shift, like that. And there's mercy again, the descending process. So.
Yeah, and then I was like, "What?"
I heard Buddha. She goes, "I heard Buddha laughing." I'm like, "That's wonderful.
Yeah,
that's beautiful."
Yeah, and then
beautiful.
he really shared something with me, and the most beautiful thing he said was, because I asked him, "What can I do? What can I do?" And he said, "Find your own Bodhi tree."
Your own Bodhi tree, yeah.
And he was like, and I was just thinking, can it be an olive tree in Greece? And I was laughing, and I was positive again, but then another lady ran me over, and I was just like, took the Indian habit of.
Oh, you were doing your chastising, yeah. Oh, God, it's one of these stories.
But I didn't go back in this pushing back, being angry mood anymore. So.
Yeah, like it's true that whether you're subscribed to silent meditation or not, but it's true that the temple, the altar, the Bodhi tree, it's in our hearts.
Yes.
It's deep in here. God is with us.
It's not on the outside.
He's with every living entity. And the more that I and you and we can connect to that within, the more we'll be able to see it in others. That's when we say namaste. That's what we're paying respects to, is the Lord in the heart within every living entity, and also the living entity inside that body. It might be an elephant body, a dog body, a priestly body, a saintly body, but we offer respect.
I just remembered, because he was then asking me, "Do you want to take it back?"
Take what back?
He showed, and I said,
Buddha, right?
Yeah, and he said, "Do you want to take it back?" And
take what
said,
back?
The push of the woman.
Oh, right, yeah.
The push of the woman. And then I thought, I should have been kind and gentle and not have pushed back. And then I thought, but then I wouldn't have had this
Satori, this revelation.
This lesson. So after going through all the variations that could have happened, and I think in one I really pushed really bad.
Oh, in another alternate universe.
So I pushed her back, and so I thought I pushed her anyhow. And then he said, "Okay, which variation do you choose?" And literally at the end, I chose exactly the one that happened, and I saw all of the variations merging into the one that happened. because that was the one that gave me that lesson.
Yeah.
And I don't want to miss that. And it was so powerful. So I'm happy we went.
Yeah, and that's back to the descending process. That's the beauty of humility and patience and allowing grace to happen. That's the descending process.
Yeah, I begged for forgiveness.
And
I was totally frustrated being in this sacred place. So frustrated. And I think that's the humbleness that's needed.
Yeah, this Rumi quote just came to my head that like, there are love dogs no one knows the name of. Give your life to be one of them. And so that's Bhakti Yoga is about becoming a love dog, really. You know, the dog just loves its master so much, just waiting at the store. I remember just recently went by a store and there was a dog waiting there. And I love dogs. I wanted to go and pet them. That dog was just sitting there waiting. 100% waiting for its master to come out. Didn't care about anyone else, anything else. It was 100%, you know, and that's kind of like, oh yeah. I was looking at that dog with a little bit of jealousy and thinking, that's how I want to be with the Lord, you know. Lord, help me get there. So that's
anything else about Bodh Gaya?
We could tell more stories. Gosh, we could tell 3 or 4 stories just about Bodh Gaya, about Vrindavan, about Mathura and Mayapur and Navadvip. We didn't get to Dwarka or to Kurukshetra. I went and saw Govardhan Hill, which is another story from the Vedas 5,000 years ago. And it's a deep, rich ocean, and it's a warm and beautiful place. And there's so much to learn. And it all really begins and ends. The Alpha and Omega is in transcendental sound, the Logos, the Word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And the names are God. They descend. He descends with all his qualities. And eventually everything more and more gets revealed through the transcendental sound. We can just enjoy relish the taste of chanting them, sometimes with some distractions, sometimes really surrendered to them. And it's like riding a wave. I've done some surfing and it's way better. I did a lot of skiing and tried lots of pleasurable pursuits, but nothing comes close to that feeling of riding transcendental sound or surrendering to transcendental sound. It's a wave that doesn't drown you. Like some of the waves that I tried to surf, and there's no salt water going through your throat, and it's just pure bliss. But Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha, the eternal form of bliss, knowledge, and being. So with that, let's say Haribol and Namaste. I'm Mark.
And I'm Maria.
And this is JuicyMagiK on the daily. Can we say it together? On the daily. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. And Gauranga. Haribol. Did it stop?
I think it doesn't stop when I think